It's the flights in the city and I'm about to take off. And I'm about to take off. It's the flights in the city and I'm about to take off.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video, YouTube. It's your boy Jay in the flesh. Super excited. I'm super excited because this video is a 1 year. Well, first of all, Happy New Year's to everybody out there. I know Darren and his sister Kadeen to you guys already, but I just wanted you guys to hear from me too. Happy New Year's. Wishing you the best with everything you do. Like, shout out to you. You made it to the end of 2019. Now we starting a whole new year, bigger and better things, whole new decade. We ready to kill everything. Everything you deserve, you're coming for in this year, and that's on God. So, I'm just super excited, really, because this is my, like, if you can see the background and everything, when I made my last video of like how to pass the A's, I had just passed it in October of 2019. Your boy's official. Your boy is official, you feel me? So, 3 months after that, so like what, November, December, January. Yep, 3 months after that, I started my job as a full-time personal trainer at HealthWorks. HealthWorks is a gym, fitness center for women. It's an all-women's gym. They have some locations that are a little co-ed, but like the whole main point of it's an all-women's gym meant to just appeal to women and just have them in a comfortable place where they don't have to deal with men and like bro lifting and all that other sorts. Most people ask me like why I work there. Well, T, if you didn't know, T works at HealthWorks as well, but just a different location. And she did a model shoot for them, all that stuff. And before we get into all that, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, which we had gotten a lot of new people since I've made that video back in the day, probably like a solid 200 new subscribers, make sure to hit the like button, leave some comments, let us know what type of videos you want to see. New year, new us, we done made like we done sat down and made like an agenda of all the videos we want to come out and all that great stuff. So without further ado, let's jump into the okay, so like I was saying before, T works at another location and I had applied to that location and they were full, so they sent me to another location. I'm so happy I'm at the location I'm at right now. And I feel like all that goes to say why I work at this all-women's gym is because the atmosphere, the energy, the environment. Like, I have a passion for training people, but I think it creates a recipe for success when you go into a workplace and you actually want to be there. You like to interact with your other friends. You like to, like your trainers, your other training people, your clients are good, the members are good. Everything is just good, it's lit, it's lively, it's positive, and that's what I'm all about. So I thrive in this place. And with that being said, I feel like it's helped my growth so much. Like in one whole year, like I've come so far. Like, it's crazy. I've come so far. My business has grown so much, and I'm so grateful. We even did so well last year at the end of the year that we got to go to Puerto Rico. Come on now. Come on now. You guys didn't get to see that because you guys don't want lifestyle vlogs like that no more, you know? Y'all said it. Y'all spoke. The people spoke and we heard y'all. Nah, but no bull. So yeah, so we went to Puerto Rico and that was amazing as well. But we're not getting into that. We get into why I am a trainer, why you should be a trainer if you want to be, why you shouldn't be a trainer if you want to be, salary, hours, commission, clients, all that good stuff. We're going to touch up on a little bit of everything in this video, so stay tuned. Continue watching. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like right now before we even jump into anything. Grab a paper and a pen because you really want to jot some stuff down, because I like, once again, I make these videos in regards to training because I wish when I was getting into this profession and getting into this industry, there was videos on YouTube like this that would help me, or that I could have looked up or searched up and been able to use. And I have searched up a couple of them before I became a trainer, but they weren't like how in depth that I want to get into it. All right, hold on. So first, I'm gonna check on my phone every now and then just cause like all the notes are in this and kind of the breakdown. I know last time I had like a board and I was writing at the same time with another angle with a camera, but today we're not gonna go so crazy and creative. I just want to really just hit on a few points, because like I do think like if you want to be a trainer or just in this industry, you got to know you got to be prepared for this. You know what I'm saying? This is not something you just fall into. It's not an accident. And if it is an accident, like, you won't last long in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Especially being a personal trainer, because burnout is huge. Losing yourself is huge. Money's huge. All of it. I think every aspect of it is huge, because it's such a unique job where you get to make your own hours. You get to work crazy hours. You know what I'm saying? You work when people aren't at work. Things like that. So, like I said, it's gonna get crazy, and I just want you to be fully equipped and know what you're getting yourself into if you do want to become a personal trainer at some point. And I know it might vary from place to place. I live in Boston, Massachusetts, so I'm giving you my perspective from a Boston full-time personal trainer. So first, I think I want to touch on the things I think that you need, the quality traits I think that you need, and then I'll kind of break down and go into other things. So, one, you have to have a passion for this. I repeat that. You have to have a passion for this. And I think that is kind of like most things, like even with like YouTube or being an artist, like a rapper. No matter what you do in life, there gets to a point where there's a fine line, whether you want to do it, whether you don't want to do it, because there's going to be something. At every point, you're going to be dealt obstacles. And at some point, an obstacle is going to be big enough where it's going to break you down. And it's going to be that thing it's going to either be like, hey, I'm going to get up and live to fight another day, or I'm just going to stay down and I'm going to give up. So with personal training, I feel like that's huge, because there's a lot that goes on. Like, there's the selling aspect, there's the being a personable person aspect, there's the crazy hours, there's the money, there's the in and outs. Like, it's a revolving door. You have clients, sometimes you lose clients, you know what I'm saying? So I think with all that, you just can't get high on your lows, and you just can't get high on your highs, and you just can't get low on your lows. Meaning, when good things happen, take that with a grain of salt. Be proud of yourself, but take that with a grain of salt. Do not put yourself on this crazy high pedestal. Understand that, like, great, congrats, you did good. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? It starts over. Wash, rinse, repeat. We're still back in it. When things don't go so well, cool. I'm not gonna beat myself up. Damn, I need to do better next time. Damn, this taught me this lesson. Bet. Wash, rinse, repeat, and we move past it. Don't sit there and be like, oh, I can't do this, or I'm never gonna be great. I'm gonna be a failure the rest of my life. You don't need to be doing things like that. So being passionate is gonna allow you to push through when you don't want to. When those mornings when you have to wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to go deal with a client at 5:30 or 6, the passion is gonna drive you. The passion is what's gonna wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not the money calling you, because it's still like, hey, you can get the hours at another end, or you can make the money back at another time. It's the passion of you wanting to train people and you wanting to make people become their best self through fitness. You know what I'm saying? So passionate. You have to be passionate. And if you're coming into it and you're like on the fence, and that's cool. It's just like even going into school. You can come in there undecided, but you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to become passionate. You have to be willing to, like, hey, I want to grow at this. I want to be the best at this that I could possibly be. So passion is the number one thing for me. 2, you have to be hard working. The grind does not stop with a job like this. This job is a commission-based job. Yes, you start off on hourly pay until your business is enough. Because, like, okay, for instance, I started hourly. I made a specific amount per hour. I actually got paid pretty decent as a personal trainer hourly. Like, you definitely don't make much money. I'm gonna give you a ballpark range. You make literally from like 11 to maybe $15 an hour. And that's starting up. And then once your hours start growing, like you start getting more clientele, you convert to commission, because then your clients' hours are making more than you would make hourly, if that makes sense. So it took me about a year to make commission, which is about average. I was super excited. I already knew, in my head, I told myself by the end of 2019, I want to hit commission. And commission at my job is 60 hours a month. So once I hit 60, I was cooling. It's just keep going. You know what I'm saying? There is no stopping. So yeah, cool. that, I gotta get rid of this gum, I'm sorry. All right, we're back. So hardworking, you need to be hardworking. You need to be someone who is coming in there, who's ready to work, who's ready to grind. Look, I just came off work, always grinding. But yeah, you need to be someone who's willing to work 24/7. And that's not saying like you need to always be on go, but you need to be always trying to build your business. There's times where like, same thing, even if you work a corporate job 9 to 5 and you want to start a side gig from 6 to 11 before you got to go to sleep to get ready for that job, the next day you need to be grinding on something. You need to be going hard on something. And that's the same thing for personal training. You need to be hardworking. You need to be, whether it's reaching out, doing follow-ups, checking in with people, walking the floor, tidying up the club, just being present so that people can see you. Maybe someone's gonna come up like, hey, I need some training. Are you a good trainer? Can you do it for me? Blah, 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 blah. And that, you can get a client like that. Or someone you haven't seen in months, you sending them emails all the time, they responding like, hey, like I've been meaning to get in here for months. Thank you for sending me this email like you do every month. I'm ready to start now. When are you available? You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you gotta be prepared so you don't have to get prepared. Because there's always gonna be a time when success is just gonna come knocking on your door and you need to be ready for it. Well, not even success, but opportunity is gonna come knocking on your door and you need to be ready for it. Point blank period. And lastly, I just think you need to be a personable person. I think the aspect of personal trainer, a lot of people tend to forget, but you need to be a person who is, it's not about being extroverted, because there are very successful introverted trainers, but you need to be someone who is like, who knows how to flip that switch for yourself. There's gonna be times when you're gonna have a client that's shy and not very talkative. You have to figure out how to like play with that. Maybe you're the opposite, so you have to realize, oh, I need to reel it back in. I can't be talking as much, because in order for them to get through this, they don't talk. They don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have someone who talks a lot and you're not very talkative. You might have to find a middle ground to be like, hey, what can we talk about which sparks interest in me, but as well as them, and will keep them focused on the workout, but still enough to engage them in a conversation where they're like having a good time. Because a lot of times, not even a lot of times, 95% of the time, so yeah, I guess a lot of time, 95% of the time, people buy training because of the trainer. So yes, they know they're buying it to, yes, they want to lose weight, yes, they want to get stronger, yes, they want to tone up, yes, they want to do this, yes, whatever. But majority of the times when they're buying the training, they're buying it because you sold yourself to them. You sold them the aspect that you're gonna come in, you're a good person, you're gonna help them no matter what, all that great stuff. You know what I'm saying? Of course, your programming needs to be on point to help them reach their goals, but as well as you're gonna have talks about what's their favorite shows and movies on Netflix, what did they have for dinner, what's their cat's name, things of that sort. It's not like you're just coming in there like a robot. You're gonna receive a variety of different clients. People are all different, come in all different shapes, sizes, colors. So you have to understand how to adapt and how to mold yourself to fit who they are and who their personality is. So I think those are the quality traits: being passionate, being hardworking, and being personable. All right, I hope personable is a word. Cool, boom. Now let's really jump into it. So I think those were like the main things, and I kind of touched up on a lot of other things, but I kind of want to break down and hone into certain things. Okay, so I think since I ended up with the clients thing, I kind of want to talk about that. There's this great book that I read right here, Ignite the Fire. Ignite the Fire by Jonathan Goodman. This is a great book. It is a great book. Even as a trainer, even as an experienced trainer, a seasoned trainer, this is a great book because it's kind of doing what I'm trying to do with this video. It breaks down personal training for people who want to jump into that field. It's about building a successful personal training career. So it's something that's long-term. It talks about different personalities, like there is like Sad Sally or Happy Heather or Moody Molly. Like there is different people where they kind of give you scenarios or how to react to it, blah, 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 like how to do good in those situations, which is such a great book because that book has helped me because I've had clients, all different type of clients. There's clients who are like, who don't say a word. There's clients who are super talkative. There's clients who so talkative they don't get anything done. There's clients who are so talkative but get a lot done. They're moving through everything super fast. You know what I'm saying? So You just have to know how to adapt, because if you're just that one person if you're just a trainer who's programming one generic program for all clients, you are going to, yes, short term, you might get a lot of people, but long term, you're going to lose, because once again, with building a business, retention is a thing. You have to keep your customers happy. You have to keep them wanting to come back. So I think that's a great read for anybody, trainer, aspiring trainer, fitness specialist. I don't care what industry you're in. If you want to really grow a fitness business, I think this is a great book to read. Ooh, my stomach is talking. I literally just came off work and I'm going back to work. Perfect segue. Next, second thing. So first thing was clients. Second thing, hours. You are going to work some crazy hours, and that is just what comes with the job. You're really, sorry, give me a second.
Several days later.
Perfect. Okay, so before we jump into the hours, I also want to say I'm gonna link that book down below for anybody who does. Everything's linked down below in this video. If I talk about it, everything will be linked down below. Perfect. All right, moving on to the next point, hours. You are going to work some crazy hours. Like I said in the beginning, you work when other people don't work. That's how they're coming in to train. With that being said, you need to find a happy medium. You need to understand that, like, as a personal trainer, you still need to take care of yourself, mentally and physically. You need to be, whether you're spending time with loved ones, whether you're working out, reading books, like whatever it is, you need to be finding a time to take care of your own self, because you cannot give your best self if you are not your best self. Okay, just needed to take a little break. Okay, so like I was saying, you just need to be taking care of yourself. It's great to be passionate about it. It's great to want to make a lot of money and, you know, be doing what you love and loving your clients, loving your people, loving your environment. But you just can't give everything. You know what I'm saying? You have to have some stuff saved in the tank for yourself, because there's gonna be a time when you're gonna need it. When you're gonna need, it's gonna be tough for you to get up, or you're gonna get sick, or you're gonna get burnt out. And those are all real things. Those happen to trainers all the time, because as a trainer, with all the other qualities, like I was listening before, it's so easy for those good qualities to become bad. There's a difference when you're hardworking and you're just, you know, getting done what you need to get done, but there's also too hardworking where you're never taking a rest, and everybody needs to rest and recover every now and then. So with that being said, your hours are going to be crazy, and if you do want to enter this personal training world, you have to understand that there's going to be early mornings and late nights. That's what comes with it. As of right now, I only have like 2 early mornings, like my Wednesday and Fridays. Ones that I'm up, both of them I'm up early. I'm up at like 4:30 every morning, 4:30 in the morning. Wednesday, which is another thing you need to know about, is like split shifts. So like I said, we work when others don't work. So there's usually a gap from like 10 to 4 where we're like 11 to 4. 10 to 4 is usually the rough. You might still get a couple clients every now and then in those time slots, but those are the rare time slots where people just don't want to come in. So you're usually dead from that time, where trainers usually go home, take a nap, work out, whatever it is, eat, do their thing, rest and recover, and then they come back again around like 4:35 to like finish it out till like 9:30 or whatever the case is, 9:30. So if you are someone right now who is only accustomed to working 9 to 5 and you don't want to wake up early, or you don't want to go to sleep early, or whatever the case is, take that into consideration. When you are a trainer, you are working crazy shifts like that. And it's about going to sleep a little bit earlier so that you can, so it's literally you get off late, 9:30, 10, you're getting ready for the next day, you're going to sleep so that you can be up by 4:30. That's just the name of the game, you know? But there's times where you have to think like, hey, I need a day for myself. Hey, I need the weekend off. Hey, I need to move so-and-so. Things like that. And those are cool, those are fine. Like, that's the luxury of being a trainer. You can move people around, you can create your own schedule. It usually takes a long time, but you have the ability to make your own schedule. You can move clients to where you're only working Monday through Friday, and then you have weekends off. Some of that takes years, because the times that you're usually getting clients for, they're usually prime times. There's usually like for me, for instance, from like 5 to 8:30 is usually my prime times. Even when I'm trying to pick on new people, like pick up new clients, those times are already booked, because I have my previous clients, my long-standing clients, who are already filled up those times, and those are their times, and they're not changing it. Which is when you have to open up other days, or you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the breakdown of things. I know all of this is gonna seem super like all over the place and just hard to understand. I'm doing the best I can, but it's like, if you know, you know. And when you get into it, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? It starts off kind of rough in the beginning as you're creating that routine for yourself, as you're creating a realistic routine that you want to live by, where you feel like you're going to have the best of both worlds, where you're going to be able to make your money and be with your clients, but you're also going to be with your family and friends and loved ones. I'm still working on that split. It's not easy. I work 6 days a week currently. I work majority nights. I work 4 nights and 2 mornings, and they're usually like later nights. Like I go to like, for most of them, up to like 9:30, but I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something I love and I enjoy, so that's what wakes me up, the passion. I get to go talk to people. I'm a super talkative person, if you guys couldn't tell. I love trying to help people. I knew when I lost 60 pounds, if I had a personal trainer, if I had someone who, if I could afford it, or whatever the case was, if I just had the resources of a personal trainer, I would have been unstoppable, and I would have been just reaching fitness the right way. Like, I would have been doing things the right way, like limiting injuries, limiting burnout, limiting muscle soreness, limiting bad form, increasing strength, increasing cardio endurance, all that stuff, stamina, all that great things, all those great things. But that doesn't mean you need a personal trainer all the time. But when you get sick, who do you go to? I'll wait. And some of you guys might be like, I don't go to anybody, I just like thug it out and let it go away. But usually when you get sick, you go to the doctor, someone who is a professional. When you're looking to lose weight and you have no idea what you're doing, or you're looking to step into a gym and you have no idea what you're doing, you have to be like, it is okay to be self-aware and let yourself know that. And then it's okay to invest in yourself, invest in your health. Health is wealth, you know what I'm saying? In order for you to be a long-standing person and living to 100 and so on, it's a combination of you exercising, but you also eating right, which means you need to consult with a professional, someone who actually has studied this and has put in the time, the effort, all that legwork into learning this material so that they can transfer it over to you. I think personal training to me is not an indefinite thing. I don't think it's something that should last forever. I think if someone is personal training the right way, it's information that's getting passed on to someone else, where it becomes used and becomes useful because now they're confident enough to step into the gym on their own. They're confident enough to pick up a dumbbell or a kettlebell or head over to the squat rack, things of that sort. But I also believe that training can be a long-term thing, because it's just about how frequent someone is visiting the gym. Maybe you're meeting with clients 1 time a week, and that's the only time they're getting in the gym, when they come see you. You know what I'm saying? That's when I think personal training is crucial, because without them paying for that appointment to be with you, it's almost like they're paying to be your friend, or paying for you, whatever it is. Whatever gets them into the door of the gym is what our goal is. That's all it is. That's all it's about, and that's all it ever should be about. It shouldn't be about, oh, I need this person to work with me because I need more hours, or I need this person to do this because me. No, it's about them. You know what I'm saying? If they worked with you for a little bit and they feel like they want to go to another trainer, let them go. You know, help that trade happen. Because once again, it's all about getting them in here. It's all about helping them reach their fitness goals. I'm gonna stop preaching on that. Next, we're gonna go into pay. So, pay can be really good, but it can also be really bad. You get paid month to month, like when you're on commission, and it's about how many hours you have. So, more hours, more money. Also, there's certain thresholds where you hit, you can get bonuses. That's usually where people make a good amount of money from, is the bonuses, because sometimes you can make like $500 onto your check, and your check might already be a little decent, you know what I'm saying? So with that, you kind of have to prepare yourself for the times when, like for instance, the holidays. I was traveling for Thanksgiving, like you guys know. I went to Texas, then I went to Puerto Rico literally 2 weeks after I came back from Texas. So it was just like me traveling during the holidays, my clients traveling during the holidays. So there's gonna be slower months, and you have to account for that in your bank account. You have to, maybe the months that are a little bit better or even really good, you gotta stash some money away. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be like, hey, towards the end of the year, it might be a little slower for me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be safe. I want to be able to pay my bills. I want to be able to do certain things, you know? So I think that's probably the biggest struggle with that. But other than that, it's like, if you can do it and you're taking care of yourself, grind. Put your head down, grind. Because it'll all pay off. You know what I'm saying? It will all pay off. And that's why I really enjoy personal training. That was like the cherry on top for me. The fact that my hard work determines how much I get paid. I love that. I've been in so many jobs where I'm grinding hard because that's just who I am. Like, it's like my mother has had 2 jobs since I was a kid. My dad has 2 jobs. Like, coming just from Haitian foreigner parents, like, it was just something that was just instilled in me, and that was just the culture of it. So me, I'm like, all I want to do is work hard, but I also want to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be working hard backwards. So I love the fact that I got into a job where, like, Jay, if you're grinding and you're like working your ass off, you will get rewarded for it. And I love that. And I cherish that every day when I pray, and I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a point in my life where I'm ecstatic. And I can't wait for you guys to see the next vlog after this. Huge news, you know what I'm saying? We're leveling up. Take a look at this background. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be way different, you know what I'm saying? Because this is my house, this is where I live, like my family home, and we changing things up. We rocking the boat a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We're stepping out of our comfort zone and we're doing some different things. I'm not gonna spoil the announcement. Some people probably already know, but you're gonna get to see it, and that's gonna be in the next video. But yes, like I was saying, hours vary a lot. It changes. People travel. Like, I have a lot of clients who travel for work, so they're on the schedule, but it kind of switches off. They text me and let me know, things of that sort. There's clients who are just like stay-at-home people, so things change for that. There's clients who have kids. When their kids get sick, they don't come in, or when their kids on vacation, they stay. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things you have to account for, and you just got to be planning for it. All right, that's just really what it's about. You just got to be planning for it. I think we have one more last point, and that's really about just selling and building. I think a lot of times people don't understand this about personal training. It's not only about training. Like, there's certain gyms like Planet Fitness, Crunch, like your local gyms who kind of just feed you leads. Like, they're like, here, which is why the pay isn't great. But there's other gyms, for instance, like mine, who kind of help you with leads, but they don't feed you leads. You have to go out and get your own stuff. So which means you have to sell. You know what I'm saying? You have to convince people to buy packages, buy training, buy this, buy that. That's what it is. That's the name of the game. Charge it to the game. You have to understand that. So that's something I wasn't great at. I didn't even know that going in. I did not even know that going in, like to the degree of what it was. I had no idea. Like, I did not know. I was coming in there like, hey, you gotta sell this, or you gotta do this, you gotta say this type of lingo, or people might not buy it. You can't say I think, you have to say I know, or based off my professional recommendation. There's things, certain ways you say things that will either make people like you or make people not like you, or make people buy training or make people not buy training. And I think that's huge to know, because when I was entering this, I had no idea. And I've seen a lot of people come and go in the trainer world where it's like, this is too salesy for me, and I don't want to do this, because you have to realize that you're almost like a salesperson. And you got to pick and choose how you want to do that. You can be someone who's super hard on selling, and do to each their own. But you have to also understand there's people who have soft sales who, like, you know what I'm saying, who their personality is what buys the training. Then that's what I'm big on. I'm not a person who's like pushing anybody to do anything. I think that when you do that, the people don't stay for long. And I'm about keeping these people long term, because I'm about, and not even about keeping them long term, about helping them reach their goal long term, which means it's not something that happens overnight. So if they're only gonna stay for 2 months, that's not gonna help us reach a goal that we've set years before that we've never accomplished in 2 months. That's not realistic, you know what I'm saying? You wanna think like, hey, this is gonna take 6 months to a year, and that's how long I want you to be with me until we get there. And then from there, we can sit down, reevaluate things, and if you wanna leave me, hey, do your thing. I'm confident in you now. I believe in you, you know what I'm saying? Go off and do your thing. But if not, stay with me a little bit and we can get you to where you need to be before you head off on your own. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said before, it's not about locking them into any contract. You don't want to keep them forever because your own selfish needs. You only keep them longer than they need to be kept if they need more work. And if you don't feel like, hey, I'm ready to let you go and do your thing yet because I don't want you to get hurt. Because it happens. People leave, think they're ready. 2 months later, you're like, hey, like I tore my ACL. You know, hey, I fell. Hey, this happened, blah, blah, blah. Things happen. So I think that is a huge thing I didn't know much about, but I'm getting better at it day by day. Like I'm putting myself out there more, trying different selling tactics. Follow-up is huge for me. Like I'm always checking up on my people, even if they said no to training. I'm always, once again, it's about their fitness goals. I'm checking up on them to make sure like, hey, you didn't want to work with me, but are you doing what you need to be doing? Are you getting closer to those goals like we talked about? If not, why not? And how can I help? If so, great. Still, how can I help make you better? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the next goals, you know? Little things like that. Because that all ties into building your business and making it long term. Whew, this was so long. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really crazy that I've been a personal trainer, full-time personal trainer for a full year now. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what else is to come. I also love the fact of being a personal trainer. It's like I can get a job almost anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Fitness is huge and it's only growing, you know what I'm saying? And it's a sad thing it's only growing because it's sad because it's growing because of bad eating habits and health habits that we have or that we've instilled into our youth. But I love the fact that I can get up and go somewhere else. If I'm like, hey, I want to get out of Boston, I can go down to Texas, I can go to Cali, I can go to New York, I can just do my thing wherever, you know, and I love that. So that's another thing to keep in mind too, if you want to jump into this industry. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you also landed on this video before you landed on passing the ACE personal training, specifically the ACE, you know, I don't know about NASM because I failed it, but if you do want to pass the ACE, go check out that video. That'll also be linked down below. And just, yeah, it's 2020. We are coming for everything we deserve. Like, keep saying it to yourself. Nothing but positive affirmations all 2020. Nothing but positivity all 2020. If you had someone in your life or something in your life that wasn't cutting it in 2019, you hear me? You hear me? Like, cause we just got no time for games this year. We just got no time for games. It's only about leveling up and being better than we were last year. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all social medias. Everything's down in the description down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait for you guys to see the next one. Deuce.